Check out the Hybrid Hustlers Starter Course and the Switched On ebook series using the links below. I find it truly astonishing just how in 2025, and maybe even really for like the last about 3 years, you can basically make money out of thin air as long as you own a phone or a laptop and you have access to internet. And if you visit any public library, you can get those things. Like, I understand the situation in South Africa is such that most people, in fact, I wouldn't say, I don't know, okay, fine. That much, I'm not that detailed, on that detail. But like a lot of people just don't have access to phones or really good quality enough phones and laptops. That's just the reality of these low income neighborhoods. And that's probably why I've been able to thrive with this business model, because even when people do have their own laptops and phones, they just don't know how to use them as well as me. So they end up coming to me for services that they could do for themselves if only they had the knowledge to. But it's truly interesting. With most of these apps, you can find a way to monetize them as long as you know how to use them better than most people. And this is, I guess, the core principle of digital freelancing, is that you can offer services to people as long as you are a little better at using digital tools than they are. Like, I'll give an example to illustrate my point. You know the app InShot, which is used for video editing, and Canva, which I use for graphic design, which is basically like just a drag and drop graphic design software. So about 2 weeks ago, okay, actually about 4 weeks ago, which was the first time this customer came to me, there's this girl named Shadi. I'll call her Shadi. And she's been a customer of mine for about, yeah, 2 or 3 years now at this point. And she came to me asking me to design a digital invite for her. It was for a tombstone unveiling. So she only asked me to do this because she doesn't have the digital skills to do it herself. She has a laptop, she has a very dope smartphone, but she doesn't know how to use the apps that I used to create the invite. And do you know what I used? Canva and InShot. The free versions, nonetheless. I didn't even have to use any premium features. All I did was create a few slides on Canva with the information that she provided about the name of the deceased, the location of the event, the dates, and the contact details for who to ask for inquiries. About 4 or 5 slides, if I remember correctly. And then I just added some music to that, the song that she asked me to put there, which I downloaded for free on Tubity. Like, and then it just like that, an easy $100 just to create a digital invite. It didn't even take 2 hours to get this whole process done. And she wasn't even the first customer to ask me for something like this. In fact, I use Canva to design funeral programs as well. The only non-free aspect of that would probably, you could say, it's the fact that I have a printer. So I can, a printer and paper and ink, yeah. But I was still able to design those things for her for basically free. Like, if there's no physical thing to deliver, then you still get paid to create something for entirely free. The second time she came through, it was for a lobola celebration invitation. And again, I repeated the same process, just that this time I used the template with lighter colors to represent that it was a joyous occasion instead of, okay, I guess they were kind of both joyous occasions, but one is like celebrating something that happened that was bad, and then another is something celebrating something that happened that was good, right? But either way, $100, $100 each, easily, in less than 2 hours, fucking less than an hour actually, because she just didn't know how to use Canva and InShot as well as I do. Example number 2 was this elderly couple who came to my shop probably sometime in May. Yeah, I think it was the time I made my first 6 grand. They were a part of that too. So they came here asking me to design them a company profile because they were applying for funding and stuff. All I did was type their particulars of their business Like I just put the prompt into chat. I think I don't remember if it was ChatGPT or Google Gemini, but either way, both of them was the free version of that thing. I don't think I'm gonna edit that out. So I just typed in the prompt, we got a template, and then I copied it onto LibreOffice, another free software, and then we just edited the things that came in brackets and put in their particulars there. But we already had a skeleton. The whole thing was 30 minutes. They were here for like literally 30 minutes. I was even with one of my homegirls. So yeah, I was even with one of my homegirls, and she was shocked. You know how much I charged them for that? 150 rand. 30 minutes for using a completely free app simply because they didn't even know it existed. It's just fucking insane to me how you can like literally make money from thin air without even like doing gambling, like Hollywood bets stuff. Even earlier this week I got another customer, and they are from a church in another neighborhood. Like I'm in a township and it's separated into multiple neighborhoods. They're in one of the neighborhoods within this township, and they have a church there, and they needed a logo. The lady explained to me what she needed on WhatsApp. So she described to me exactly what she wanted. She's like, okay, I want it to be like this. It needs to have the South African flag on it, and maybe a bunch of children dancing, and then a building, like a very tall building. I literally just copied her message on WhatsApp, pasted it on Google Gemini, and then I told Gemini, then not design a logo with these specifics. And then Gemini created one. I then told Gemini to create variations of it. And within 15 minutes, I was done creating 3 dope ass like those logos were fire, dude. And I gave them all to her. You know how much I charged her for that? 150 rand again. Just like that. I didn't even have to print anything. I barely had to use any internet. I was literally on my computer for 15 minutes, and I made 150 rand just because I know that these things exist. And even in the case where there are people who know that these free apps exist, they still don't know how to use them as well as I do. Simply because I've practiced them. I've had thousands of hours of practice with these chatbots, with these free design apps, with these free image acquisition tools like the Pixabay, and I think it's Unsplash. Like, bro, there's just so much that you can offer people and get money for it simply because of the knowledge inside your head. This is why I keep saying, I don't know if I've said it on this channel yet, but I keep saying it at least in my WhatsApp statuses. Knowledge is leverage, dude. Knowledge is probably like the ultimate form of leverage beyond anything, beyond like code, content, capital, collaboration, audience, money, dog. Like, as long as you know shit, you can do a lot of shit. And as long as you know more than everyone else, you have way more leverage than anyone else. So I think it's something that a lot of Africans especially need to start becoming aware of, especially people who have like no idea where to start making money. It's like, yo, bro, this thing right here, I'm recording this video on my phone. Do you understand that once my YouTube channel blows up, this video gets a ton of views, or any other of my videos get a ton of views, that would also be another way that I've made money from thin air. But of course, a lot of people already, like on our continent, already understand that there's a lot of money to be made in content creation. But I think they just don't understand all the free ways to make money with all these free digital tools, like fucking zero investment, and you can have such a huge upside. And even when you need to use the premium versions of these tools, you can go and like sign up for free trials, or you can actually pay for them. And that is even better, because now you know that you own the thing, you own all the rights to the thing. But like, bro, it's fucking astonishing, honestly. Here's another example. In fact, this is the one I was using the most in 2023 and 4, when I was like going super ham on my promotion cycle, trying to find customers to do A3 posters for. Do you know how I design posters? Come on, just think about it. This is when I had only an A4 printer. And I was going around to these businesses printing A3 and A1 and A2 posters for them when I didn't own printers that would print of that size. I just approached them. I already found out what the prices were at the internet cafes around me who did own those sizes of machines. And then once I closed the contract, again, Canva and Microsoft Edge or Google Chrome. I use Google Chrome just to find pictures of like bunny chows or cars or car washes on the internet. Then I just save them or copy the image, paste it onto Canva, use a free Canva template, modify it, like change the colors, change the text, rearrange a bunch of shit. Like there's a whole bunch of shit you can do on Canva with drag and drop. And then I send it to them. They're like, oh, this is fire. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll print it once you send me the deposit. Voila! Go deposit. And then I just go to the printing shop, pay them just to print it. I deliver it, and then I collect the balance from the entire contract from probably like an A1 poster. For example, the printing shop charges 170 for one A1 poster to print. And that is if they don't design it for you. I added my own markup to that, and it totaled 280 because at the time I was still adding only an 80 rand markup. I increased it in 2024 to 100. I increased it again in 2025 to 120. So just from using these free tools, I make an easy 120 rand just because I know how to use Canva and the fucking internet. You are on the fucking internet every single day. Only difference is you are not producing. You are not finding ways to use this internet to your own advantage. But bro, it's fucking sick, dude. The world, what a fucking time to be alive, bro. Okay, here's another example. Here's another example of making money from thin air using free digital tools. I have a bunch of digital products that I've put on the internet. As of this video, nothing has sold yet, but I'm just going to illustrate the potential in this model. You can find them in the description to this video and in the bio if you are interested in checking out my ebooks and the Hybrid Hustler course, where I go into further detail about how to make money as like a digital freelancer, particularly with free digital tools. But anyway, so PayHip is an online store, and you can post your products there for free, whether you're selling merchandise or physical products or community or merchandise, physical products, community, digital products like templates or courses or ebooks. And they only charge you once you've made a sale. They only take a percentage from your sale. And even then, you have the option to set a fixed rate of like they take perhaps $3 from each sale you make, or perhaps they take 3% of each sale you make. But cool. Do you understand now that if, say, for example, you go and buy my Hybrid Hustlers course, that's another way I would have made money from thin air? And you know which free apps I've used to create this money? LibreOffice, Canva, and what else? Maybe I love PDF, because there was a time where I was password protecting the links to my templates, which you will find if you are interested in doing this hustle. I've also included my templates that I've used so that you don't have to start them from scratch as I did. Again, just like that, money from thin air. Just because I had knowledge, just because I spent thousands of hours researching. And this only came because I was fucking broke and hungry with no prospects, just receiving constant rejection letters from these companies, bro, and customers who wouldn't pay me back, and instead they just came here constantly asking for credit, which they never fucking paid. Nigga, I don't know, I could show you my list right now of red credits. Where is this motherfucker right now? Oh yeah. Nah, that's not it. Fuck. But fuck it. Like, I have a list about this long, dude, of customers who will never get any more favors from me. But I'm kind of grateful for those experiences because they pushed me to the edge where I had to get creative. So man, If you are particularly someone in South Africa, like a low income neighborhood in the Kasi, where like most people just aren't digitally literate, bro, with a little digital literacy, do you realize how much fucking money there is in the trap? There are so many people who have jobs, who have their own hustles, but they need your services or your knowledge, which you can acquire literally for free with like a few YouTube videos. Hansa, shut up. Fuck! I record at night to avoid distractions, and then here's my dog making a noise as usual, and there's probably nothing there. But anyway, like just watch a few YouTube videos, do a few Google searches, visit these free websites, literally ask ChatGPT or Google Gemini about like free apps which you can use to create an income. Because even those two, especially ChatGPT, forever grateful, bro. Like that is a world class advisor, especially once you like start training it to get specific about like how it should talk to you specifically, bro. It's gonna give you the best fucking advice, like short of a well trained, like highly qualified mentor who has been in the game for years. Chat GPT will open your eyes, bro. So yeah, man, don't sleep on these things. Like open your eyes. Like get creative, especially if you don't have a plan right now. Like you're just sitting around. You wake up every day on social media looking at Instagram thoughts with like a string up their ass when you could be finding ways to provide value to those same thoughts. Here's another example. Man, there are so many examples. My little brother, when he was doing this freelancing thing, when he was first starting to learn how to code, as soon as he had grasped the skill of web design and web development, he just started going. Okay, he was already using Instagram a lot, but now his mind was starting to get tuned into the mindset of spotting opportunity. And he noticed that a lot of these influencers sell products or they sell something else or they are selling their own brand, but most of them didn't have websites. So he just started mass DMing them. And he scored with one. Fuck, I've been drinking too much coffee. He scored with one massive influencer, and she kept coming back to him repeatedly. And he was even maintaining the website that he built for her. That contract alone, I think it got him his first 3 grand in business with just one person. And again, this also goes back to another video that I've made on this channel. You don't need a ton of customers to make a ton of money. If he had found just 4 influencers and charged them the same for the building and setup of the website and then in the ongoing maintenance, bro, that's an easy 10K the first time. And then a recurring like 8K every month after that. Bruh. Like, please, dude. And you can learn web development for free. That's the beautiful thing. I think there's this thing called Free Code Camp. I forgot which one it is that we were using at We Think Code. But yeah, there's a lot of free tools you can use on the internet to learn how to code, a lot of free YouTube videos, a lot of free books that you can use to learn how to code or to learn how to start using these skills. But besides just like learning them from people, learning via practice is also free. Like you can literally spend 2 hours a day on Canva just clicking everything there and figuring out how everything works. Once you feel like you are at a certain level of skill, even I've heard this from Hormozy, and he was like, it only takes 20 hours to become competent at a skill. Bro, that's like 10 days of you doing 2 hours a day of practice on Canva or Figma or whatever for you to get to the level where you can start selling that skill. And again, free money. So anyway, that's it for this video, man. If you got any value out of this, stick around for more insightful takes like this by hitting that subscribe button. And if you're interested in finding out how to build your own basically free freelance hustle or checking out the rest of my essays on like mindset and business, then yeah, all links are in the description to my course and my ebook series. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.